Developing a solution. There are some common steps that a team should follow when choosing a solution. First, you want to dive into your problem and make sure you really understand it. Second, you want to brainstorm your possible options, casting a wide net so you don't just jump at the first solution you think might fit. Third, you want to choose a set of criteria that can help you narrow the initial list for further research. The goal of this narrowing is to limit the number of options that receive further consideration and really suck away time and resources from implementing the solution. This phase of narrowing might be analogous to conducting an initial interview screening or phone interview before inviting a candidate to a more in-depth in-person interview. And then the next step, you're going to try and select the best fit option for your setting. Let's dive in deeper to these steps. Before you brainstorm your possible solutions, it helps if you answer a few questions about the problem and your resources to make sure you're thinking expansively about your possible options. Again, you don't want to just jump to the first solution that comes to mind. In other words, before you start brainstorming, getting a list of resources and tools that you can use will likely lead to a better brainstorm with more options to consider. Here are some key questions you might think about. How would you describe the gap between the present performance and the desired performance? What are the in-building resources, people, technology, curricular resources and tools that you might be able to use in solving this problem? And then finally, what skills need to be brought to bear to solve this problem? Do you need people who can create tools? Do you just need people who can conduct observations and provide timely feedback? Do you need strong collaboration skills? Then, once you've created your brainstorm list, you want to reduce your options. A good rule of thumb is to reduce it down to 1/3 of the number of options you started with. Choosing broad parameters such as cost, time to implement, and perhaps compatibility with a schedule or a staffing model are all good reasons to just cut some options out early on in the process. Next, you're going to want to choose a decision-making process. There are many good processes out there, but we're going to talk about one called the hexagon tool in a second. Once you've done that, you want to follow the process to your chosen solution and then stick with the decision that process provides you with. The hexagon tool provides a strong process for choosing a solution. The hexagon tool is an implementation science tool that can be used to determine the feasibility of a program, a practice, or an intervention. It is widely used in public health and education. While it can be used at any time in an implementation process, it is most often used when exploring which programs or practices to adopt in an improvement cycle. The hexagon tool helps users select practices and programs that will work in their context. It considers things like the staff's capacity to implement, the budget, the time available for implementation, and a number of other factors. You can read more about the hexagon tool in the related activity below this video.